Hello and welcome back to Norrin Reads. I will be reviewing the second issue of Silver Surfer from the 1987 series today. This is entitled The Return to Zen-La and Shalla Bal. This issue sees the Silver Surfer return to his home planet after many years of exile on Earth. When he returns, he finds that Shalla Bal, his lover, is now the Empress of the planet. This is due to the fact that she returned previously in the previous series of Silver Surfer with a portion of the power cosmic, and her mere presence restored the greenery and plant life on the planet. Thusly, the Zen-Lavians elevated her to a level of Empress. She's clearly up to the task, however, as we see shortly in the story. So, of course, Silver Surfer is thrilled to see Shalla Bal, and she is thrilled to see him, but she has affairs of state to handle, so they cannot spend time together right away. She goes off to handle that, and Surfer has a sort of remembrance tour of Zen-La. He flies his board to the place where he was born and the place that he was raised, and using the power cosmic rebuilds his old home. He spends some time reminiscing. He realizes that he's been away for so long and things have changed so much that he actually knows Earth better than he knows Zen-La. He actually knows Earth better than he knows his own Shalla Bal. And these are sad realizations for the Surfer. While this is happening, Shalla Bal had been speaking to an emissary of the Skrulls. They are trying to create a trade agreement with Zen-La. Shalla Bal's hesitant to do this because they are basically rebuilding from the destruction of Galactus, and they are not quite back on their feet. And they don't want to get involved with the Kree and the Skrull and their warring history. So she's hesitant to do this. So while they're having this discussion, a spy Skrull sneaks away, and he goes and talks to a Skrull who is trapped in the form of a Zen-Lavian. If you remember in the last issue, they discussed a genetic bomb that froze all the Skrulls in place in whatever form they were in. So there are still Skrull agents out there, but they're no longer able to transform. So this Skrull, who looks like a Skrull, goes and talks to a Zen-Lavian agent, and while Surfer is reminiscing, they show up and they attempt to kill him because they don't want him interfering in their plans. So the Silver Surfer takes the Skrull and the Zen-Lavian Skrull before the Empress, and she reiterates the facts to them that they don't want to open a trade agreement, they don't want to get involved in their war, they just can't afford it. And the Skrull emissary tells her that the war will come, even if we wish to avoid it, which we cannot. In our condition, it will begin on the day the Kree learn our secret. A day you now have the power to hasten. The Kree will want your world as badly as we do. And the Surfer basically swears that he is protecting Zen-La, and he says any damage done to this world will turn me against the side responsible. Silver Surfer is known for fulfilling his promises, and this is a promise and a threat. So they dismiss the Skrull emissary, and the Silver Surfer and Shalla Bal have some time alone together. And the Surfer, he says, I am free now, Shalla, and I am home with you. The time of waiting is done. Let us be married, my darling. And she says, with hesitation, I cannot marry you. And this is where the story sort of picked up for me. I got a little more interested in what was going on. The other stuff, I liked it was fine, but this is where I felt that there was some nice depth added to it, and some of the heart and some of the emotion that I feel Surfer is known for. She says she's Empress now, and essentially she has too many responsibilities to get married. And the Silver Surfer says, we will work together, Shalla, for Zen-La and for ourselves. She replies, Norrin, do you remember what you said to me so often in the days before Galactus came? Man was meant to strive, to yearn. Those to whom no distant horizons beckon, for whom no challenges remain, though they have inherited a universe, they possess only empty sand. And the night Galactus came, when I trembled in abject fear, you said, perhaps the taste of danger is what we need to make us the men our forefathers were. Now, this is my favorite part of the book because I'm always looking for those profound moments in Silver Surfer that ring true in life, and this is definitely one of those moments. If you don't have a goal, if you're not pursuing something, stagnation can occur. Though you have inherited the universe, you possess only empty sand. And just some quick backstory. In the original Silver Surfer run by Stan Lee and John Buscema, Norrin Radd, which is Silver Surfer's Zen-Lavian name, he was a scientist. He really had a fascination for pioneers, space pioneers, people traveling, people learning new things, going new places. And the Zen-Lavians used to be those sort of people, but they had created a fantastic world world with great technology, sort of a utopia, and they had become stagnant and they weren't doing these sorts of things. So this is a complaint that the Surfer had back in those days, and clearly now Shalla Bal agrees with it. So it's interesting to see his own sort of philosophy now be not turned against him, but to see it hinder his desire and his plan. So she continues, "Darling, it has taken many years, but I've seen the wisdom of your words. More than that, our people have seen it. We have tasted danger, and we are the better for it. Those who have survived Galactus inherited only empty sand, but the horizons beckon us once more." Surfer now has the realization that if he uses his power cosmic to help them rebuild Zen-La, he will take away what the Zen-Lavians have to strive for, what they have to yearn for. Surfer, he's really kind of hurt by this, and he almost takes away the power cosmic that he had given her, but he doesn't. He maintains that he will protect Zen-La from the Kree or the Skrull, and he leaves after that. He's too hurt to remain because he can't be with Shalla Bal. It's basically been the driving force for him wanting to escape Earth. Besides the fact he wants freedom, he wanted to get back to his true love, Shalla Bal, and now that he can't be with her as a woman, it breaks his heart and he has to leave. So he goes back into the forest. He uses his power cosmic to disassemble the house he built. He finds this dedication plaque that Shalla Bal had mentioned earlier in the story. It says, "Here was born Norrin Radd, a son of Zen-La." And the Surfer looks at it sort of dismayed, and he uses the power cosmic to alter it before flying away. And it now reads, "Here was born the Silver Surfer, a son of Zen-La." And he flies off back into space. Now, the beginning of this issue, it was fine. It was nice to see the Silver Surfer get back to Zen-La and sort of try to reestablish himself. But as I said, the part where it really started interesting me was when it got deeper into the emotional state of Shalla Bal and the Surfer, and then when it got more into the philosophical aspect with the idea of inheriting the universe, but it only being sand. So, as far as the continuing series goes, this is a logical next step for the Surfer, having been trapped on Earth so long. He has to go back to see Zen-La and Shalla Bal. And again, I think this is smart writing. We don't want to see the Surfer trapped on another planet. We don't want to see the Surfer caught in a productive and functional romance. It's just not going to be good storytelling for the Surfer. It's not going to be able to give him the means to do what the Surfer is best at, which I said in the last issue, is explore and go on adventures. So again, the Surfer is sort of a tragic character, sort of always losing, it seems, and always sacrificing. So that continues, especially here at the end when we see him alter the plaque to say the Silver Surfer instead of Norrin Radd. I believe this is him realizing and kind of showing the audience that Norrin Radd doesn't really exist anymore, and it almost seems that Norrin Radd doesn't have a place anymore, so he truly is the Silver Surfer. He's no longer Norrin Radd. I'm interested to see where the Surfer goes next, so I thank you for joining me, and we'll see you out there on the cosmic spaceways.